pro travel tip for you. When you get on the plane, and if you're like me, you like to get on last because you want to stretch your legs as long as possible before getting on a long flight. You got your bag. All the overhead bins are completely full. You get on last. What you do is you reach up, you grab someone else's bag, you put it in the aisle, and you replace it with your bag. Now, when they get pissed off and start screaming at you, you just simply pretend like you don't understand English. It's that simple. Bibbidi-boppy? Bibbidi-boppidi-boo.
That back there is not real.
Hey there, Papper Jerks. We're going to talk about my wife's favorite subject, and that is all the ways I was wrong. So I've had a recent evolution on my thinking on the subject of...
Is it the VCOM, Jocelyn? Did you change your mind on the VCOM?
No, it's not the VCOM.
But Jocelyn, didn't a lot of people complain about it?
Yeah, people are going to complain about a lot of stuff, Lego Man. Shut up. What I've changed my opinion on is travel CPAP machines. Sort of. Let me explain. Recently, my family went on vacation to Hawaii. Now, I was packing my bags, and normally I take what I describe as a shitter unit. If this is your primary unit, my apologies. But I typically take this, I typically pack it in a bag that gets checked. Now, this is not something I would recommend doing with your normal CPAP machine, which is why I use a shitter unit for this. So this time going to Hawaii, we were packed full. We had a certain number of bags, we had to pay for every bag, and every bag had a 50-pound weight limit. I measured them, I weighed them out to be 49.89. They were packed to capacity, so I was left to my carry-on bag. Now this is the carry-on bag that I was using. You can see that if I hold up my CPAP machine, it damn near takes up the entire capacity of the bag. Now, I had my laptop, I had my iPad, I had 2 dive computers down here for scuba diving, and I had my GoPro equipment in here. I basically had no room left for a CPAP machine of this size. Now, this is the tale of 2 Jasons. The smart Jason, which scored a perfect score on his SAT.
Excuse me, Jocelyn, didn't you get like an 870?
Shut up, Lego Man. No, I didn't.
Weren't you proud of getting a C- in chemistry in college?
I worked hard for that C-. Back to the story. So there's a smart Jason and there's a very, very dumb Jason. Dumb Jason often takes over. Smart Jason takes a lot of naps. So the way it happened was, so I decided to not take my CPAP machine, and instead, while in Hawaii, I mildly suffered the entire time. I slept poorly. I did the best I could. I have a nasal dilator. I slept upright as much as I could. I slept okay, but it wasn't the same kind of sleep as with CPAP, and I probably would have enjoyed my time a lot more had I actually taken my CPAP equipment, but I didn't. And the reason I didn't is, like I said, in my bag, I just simply didn't have the space, and I didn't have space in any of my checked luggage. So here's what I'm trying to say. I've changed my opinion on travel CPAP machines. Don't get me wrong. I still think that they're very expensive for the amount of time that you're going to use them. None of them are data capable. I don't like that, but I have to change my thinking. I have to evolve my little stunted caveman brain and acknowledge you're just on vacation. You don't need data for your vacation. You should more or less be dialed in on your CPAP therapy. So having something that's much smaller is actually quite helpful. Now, while I didn't have room for this in my bag, I did have room for this. And what is this? This is the size of the Transcend Micro CPAP travel unit. Now, if you're to use something like the ResMed Air Mini, that's probably double the size, and I probably had room for that as well, including the power brick that comes with it that's bigger than what they lead on. Now, the cost for an Air Mini or a Transcend is going to be something close to $900. I believe the Transcend is $870 on CPAPsupplies.com. The ResMed Air Mini is something like, I think it was $910 on CPAPsupplies.com.
Jocelyn, are we doing an advertisement right now?
I mean, it's not really an advertisement. I'm just saying you can get them at CPAPsupplies.com.
Jocelyn, don't they sponsor this video?
Yes, they are sponsoring this video.
So, is this an advertisement?
Sure, it's an advertisement. If you want to get a travel CPAP machine, get it from CPAPsupplies.com. You can get other stuff and use discount code 20lanky. It's not going to work on these machines, so don't even try. But you can get a discount on masks and accessories, so go for that. All right, back to the video.
Jocelyn, that was a very short advertisement.
We're just trying to get. It was. So I think what I'm trying to say here is I will no longer mock you openly if you decide to get a travel machine. I understand that real estate in your travel bags is at a premium. It's not really worth it to mildly suffer when you're on vacation or traveling from work. Now, overall, I really still think that the travel units are more expensive than they should be for how much they're going to be used. I think you're being shortchanged on things like the data capability, but that's probably not a big deal if you're just using it for business travel or vacations. Now, though I've never tried it, I think the Transcend is probably one that I would, if as a consumer right now, I didn't know anything about the machines, I would probably buy it. The reason being is it's $40 less expensive than all the other competitors. It's much smaller. And you also don't need an adapter when trying to connect your tubing, things like that. What ResMed does is they have a proprietary attachment, so you have to buy an adapter for it. So that's just another thing. Honestly, it's just kind of like, you know what, screw you, ResMed, for doing that. So I'd probably just grab the Transcend. Again, much smaller, size of a baseball, plus you have a little power pack next to it. That's all I've got for you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I got a ton of other videos. I just got back from vacation, but I have a lot of archived footage, so I'm gonna be cranking out some videos here. Now that I'm back, if you wanna have a PAP therapy analysis with me, check out my website, axgsleepdiagnostics.com. I wanna say thanks to all the Patreon supporters as well as all the YouTube members. And if you like this stuff, like I said, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, bye.
Clean your stinky mask with some Mask Bright, available at Amazon. Thank you to all watching, but an extra thick thanks, buddy, to Doug Toombs, Jason Georgiades, Patricia Espelong, Starvesh Joshi, Stuart Hetherington, Mona Swearingen, Chengtu Chen, Edward Steiner, and Shannon Kerr, and another slightly less thick thanks, buddy, to all the other YouTube members, Patreon supporters, and other stuff.